Okay, Julian, I actually wanted to try a traditional intro that we
Mm.
can kind of do. You tell me how you feel about it, okay?
Oh, like you have one in mind already? Like,
Yeah. Just a basic traditional.
oh,
I'm thinking like, keep
okay.
things simple in the beginning, okay?
Okay,
How's
let's hear
this?
it. Let's hear it. Let's hear it. First time
How's
picture,
this?
first time. Let's go.
Yeah, okay. Welcome back, everyone. Okay, hold on. It's not welcome back. I want to start with the traditional opening. Let's go.
Okay. Take two.
Hey everyone, welcome to First Time Pictures where okay, that's what I wanted to start with. We
Okay, that's catchy.
say the name and
Yeah.
then just as a basic intro, uh
Okay.
introduce ourselves and then the movie. Okay? Here, do you want to give it a go or you want me to go third time?
Like a hey, I'm Johnny and I'm
No,
Tariq.
no,
Like,
no, it's more like welcome to First Time Hey everyone, welcome to First Time Pictures Podcast. I'm your host, Anthony Ruth, joined by my co host, Julian Lizama. This is a podcast where we review movies that one of us has never seen for the first time. And today we are going to be talking about the 2025 film Fantastic Four First Steps.
mm, I love the enthusiasm. That's that's
Okay,
that's my
good.
first thing I'm gonna say. Love it.
Okay. Do you want to
I
clean it up a little
it's
bit?
it's a little long. Maybe I wouldn't
Okay.
hit the hey I'm so and so. Maybe I'll go something like this is drop the dome. We'll obviously workshop this. Um, something like what's going on, guys? Welcome back to this week's episode on the First Time Pictures podcast, where we look at pictures for the first times. What type of picture?
Go. Welcome back, everyone, to the First Time Pictures, where we look at
Mm.
pictures for the first time.
Bro, what type of pictures do we look at, bro?
Ones that we've never seen before.
We look at pictures from comics, TV shows, movies,
All
every.
of the above. And
Mm,
this week, we're looking at
mm.
several. I was going to try to quickly calculate
Yeah,
24 pictures in a
a
second, and this movie is
second,
2 hours long.
20.
We're looking at these 2,000 pictures given to us in sequential order about
Mm.
Fantastic Four: The First Steps. Do you have the synopsis pulled up for this?
Fantastic. Oh,
Fantastic Four.
I
I do
don't have it.
not like that, bro. I don't like that.
What?
Fantastic Four.
Dude, I was waiting for it to play in the movie theaters. I was like, I want to hear the trailer
Really?
theme song. That was like, Fantastic. Oh, like
It's so creative.
you didn't like it?
It's just Fantastic Four. Like, no, that's. I think that's so lame. Get out of here.
Dude, I especially after listening to Superman music, when you get some good music, I thought that was pretty good. It was like it felt like
Like what melody
oh,
is that? You're
it just
just
felt like heroic and savior and it felt angelic. Like and that's how they're portrayed as these heroes and idols in the movie. So it was like fantastic, like very beautiful. But I do have the synopsis pulled up, ready to go. Pretty quick,
okay.
pretty simple.
This movie is starring Pedro Pascal, Vanessa
Ooh,
Kirby, Joseph Quinn, Julia Gardner, a classic actress from Ozark. I just finished that show, and
stacked.
I think I've talked about it several times. And Ralph Ineson as Galactus. Where's the other guy? It's not showing the guy who plays the Thing. Why isn't it showing the guy who plays the Thing?
Bro, you don't know his name? Ibon Moss Barkak?
Ebon Moss Bachrach?
Mm-hmm.
Sarah
The
Niles
GOAT?
from Ted Lasso?
Stacked cast, to be honest. Oh, yeah, John Malkovich?
John Malkovich. No, he was supposed to be in the movie, but he wasn't. He was cut out.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyways, what is this movie about?
Bro, Fantastic. It's not called Fantastic Four, by the way. It's actually called The Fantastic Four First Steps. So,
First steps. More
um,
like, more like 1 millionth, 1 millionth step, because they've been
oh,
freaking in the business for a minute.
that was a good one, bro. Here's a synopsis for The Fantastic Four, The First Steps. Mr. Fantastic.
First steps, not the first steps.
Yeah, that's what I said. Um,
The Fantastic Four First Steps.
yeah, that's what I said.
Okay.
Mr. Fantastic, Invisible Woman, Human Torch, and The Thing face their most daunting challenge yet as they defend Earth from Galactus and Silver Surfer. That's like as badass of a plot as you could get in the Marvel universe right now. Is that not pretty hype for what we've been getting recently in the whole MCU?
Yeah. I mean,
Right?
we've gotten this movie before, but now we're
W-
just getting it done right.
Oh, where did we get it before? Like in the comics and stuff?
No, in the second Fantastic Four movie with Chris Evans, they did Galactus and the
Oh, they
Silver
did
Surfer.
Galactus?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know they did Galactus in that movie.
No?
D-
That's why. So yeah, that's why they had the Silver Surfer because it was like basically the
Oh,
same plot.
they're always like 1 and 2 combo?
Yeah, the Silver Surfer is always a warrior with like cosmic powers granted by Galactus, and then he's he or she. It's like there's a bunch of different interpretations because it just depends who Galactus decides to give the powers to. Is always the little scout who goes prepares the planets, and then they're always like a anti-hero. They're like, oh, uh, I'm gonna prepare this planet, but please give me a reason to turn on Galactus by the end of the movie or by the end of the story. And I might help you guys. But yeah,
Okay. So did they show a big Galactus in that movie?
bro, that's actually one of the first gripes. So like with those first two Fantastic
Damn.
Four movies, and for some reason, especially with Green Lantern, they took uh very popular villains and they just turned them into a cloud for some reason. So they had Galactus in the film, but he was literally just a giant space cloud, and they didn't actually have Galactus. He was called Galactus, and I think at one point in the cloud, like there's some lightning, and you see the little silhouette or shadow of like his helmet, but they never actually show anything. So it was a big disappointment for comic book fans everywhere.
Okay, I see what you're talking about with like a big cloud looking thing.
Yeah, yeah. And the same thing with the Green
Mm.
Lantern movie with Ryan Reynolds. A lot of people hated that one because I forgot the name of the villain in that one, but it was also supposed to have a real physical appearance. And they're like, what if we just make it a giant CGI space cloud? Isn't that in? Don't people love that shit?
Do you have preferences for any of these characters? Mr. Fantastic, Visible, any of them? Are you like, hey, this person needs to be this type of way? Or like have any pre existing notions on characters? Because I know you told me you watch Fantastic Four a lot. So going into it, were you like, they better do Reed Richards like this or what?
Honestly, when they cast Pedro Pascal, it threw me off guard because lately for Reed Richards, like I felt like the first guy to play him, based on what I've seen from the comics, looked and acted exactly like that guy. Like he seemed
Mm,
like the comics brought to life. Like that's what I liked about the older movies. From the
yeah.
cartoons and any pictures I've seen from the comics, it seemed like a pretty one to one, especially like the practical effects on the Thing's costume. Like to
Yeah.
this day, even if you don't like the way it looks, I mean, come on, like that's a practical outfit that they had to place every individual rock, and I think
Mm-hmm.
the Thing actor was like to get in the makeup chair for hours on hours and hours before he even films a scene. Like you got to
Right.
give some props to that. But I mean, this is the third Fantastic Four movie, so it's like you can switch it up a little, especially when it comes to the actors or anything like that. Like, you don't have to make Invisible Woman the sexiest Jessica Alba type actress. You don't have to cast a Megan Fox type character. I'd prefer them do an actress that is pretty, but more. I'd prefer them to lean more towards like their acting ability, and
Yeah.
I think that's what they did. Because in my opinion, all four actors kind of blew it out the water with their performances. I felt like they were fantastic.
Dude, that's bro. I was surprised about Pedro Pascal too because we had been talking about it, and I was like, dude,
Yeah.
I see him everywhere. I can't take him
Yeah.
seriously. Like, but
Really?
no, or like I'm just like, that's Pedro Pascal. Like, I don't know, but In this one, I was kind of like, oh shoot, I forgot that was Pedro Pascal by the end of it,
Ah,
because I did like his Reed Richards, because it was just like a smart guy, which is what I really liked. But people were saying
yeah.
they didn't show that, and I was like, wait, I
They didn't
swear,
show that he was a smart guy.
I
What?
was like,
That's his whole
that was
plot.
the whole movie. That's what I was saying.
That was literally the whole
And
movie. Like, if anything, my gripe that I was gonna bring to you was I want
uh-huh.
to see him stretch more. Like, I
That's what
want
I
to
was
see
gonna
more stretchy
say. Yeah,
man.
we didn't see no stretchy man. We saw like
Yeah.
that one, but that's what I when I walked out the theater, I was like, wow, I really like how they showed that he's like a smart guy and he's like thinking things
Yeah.
through and everything, like showing what it means to be smart. And then when I heard that, I was like, nah, that's wrong. Like that was the whole movie, and that's what I really like. I didn't know much about what's his name, Franklin, his character. Wait, that's not his name.
Oh, the
No,
son.
no, no, not the son. Pedro Pascal.
Oh, Reed
Reed
Richards.
Richards. See, yeah, I knew nothing about him, but when I left the movie, I was like, okay, he's the smart one. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. Like that seemed very on the nose. Like you didn't have to look for that. That's
yeah,
literally the entire plot of the movie and like the tension in their relationship. She's constantly pissed because she knows he thinks about every problem because of
yeah.
how smart he is. Like I don't know. Whoever's saying that, that's crazy. Like what movie are you watching?
I also really like that they like. I hate when they make like dumb characters when they're
Uh-huh.
just like all obliviously dumb. But this one, the main cast was like, since they're all scientists, they're all like pretty
Oh
smart.
yeah.
Even Johnny's character, like I would picture him usually
Yeah.
being like rock and roll dude, like free spirit. But like in this one, he was whatever a little bit, but he was still smart. And I was like, that's what I really liked.
Yeah.
Like they are all
That's
smart.
what I was wondering. What was his smartness? Because in the very beginning, Reed Richards literally says, I assembled a team of the four greatest scientists.
Mm-hmm.
Me, my wife, who's this, and then Ben Grimm, a pilot, and then this guy, my brother-in-law. And I'm like, what does he do exactly? Like, why did you pick him specifically for this mission? Because is he smart?
Yeah, what's
I
his
haven't seen it
talent?
yet. So yeah, what's his talent? Like, why did you pick this guy? You're
Yeah.
just like, I like him. But I'm glad that they did show that. I mean, he deciphered a whole freaking
Mm-hmm.
language. But let's get into that. So the plot
Ooh.
is, Silver Surfer or the Fantastic Four have been around for years and years and years. And this intro into introducing them and their family and how long they've been around felt such like Incredibles vibe, which is funny to say because The Incredibles was obviously like heavily inspired by the Fantastic Four. So it's like we like the Fantastic or we like the Incredibles, and then now we're seeing the Fantastic Four resemble the Incredibles, which resembled the original Fantastic Four in the first place. So like things are just coming full circle. In my opinion. And then so Silver Surfer is sent down, played by Julia Garner, and she tells the whole planet that they should rejoice and count their days and tell their loved ones that they love them because Galactus is coming down to eat them, and that kind of leads me to my number one positive of the whole movie
Uh-huh.
is Galactus.
Oh, number one
Bro,
positive.
yes, bro. Literally, the second he opened his fucking eyes and just stared at the Fantastic Four,
Yeah.
I swear to God, he was more
Chills.
intimidating to me than Thanos was.
Oh yeah, dude. Heck yeah.
Right?
Dude, bro
Do you
was a
agree or disagree?
beast, dude. Like I've seen the comic pictures of Galactus. He looks like, in a
Yeah.
pink hat and a blue shirt, like goofy. In this one, he looks so aggressive, dude. Like
Bro, he
mm,
had the same look. He has the exact comic accurate
yeah,
look.
I know he has the comic one, but they make it all dark and mechanical and massive, like
Yeah.
really dive into it. Versus the other ones is like just a little cartoon helmet. Like this one's like bionicle helmet with grooves and big. Like he looked like a menace, and then the purple eyes, especially in the Dolby with the all
Yeah.
black, and then you just have the purple
Yeah.
eyes.
The boo, like whenever he opens them, there was
Hmm.
something about it that, like you said, would give me chills.
Yeah.
Where I'm thinking like don't say the wrong thing, guys, or don't even look at him wrong, because he could literally just grab you and eat you whole, like right now, if he wanted to. And I don't know, Thanos. Of course, he's like a formidable foe,
Right.
but when he showed up on screen, I wasn't like kind of clenching my asshole, thinking like,
Yeah.
hoping the heroes don't make the wrong move. But
Yeah.
when Galactus was on screen, bro, I was clenching, thinking like, do not make the wrong move, because this guy, I don't know, there was something about the way they presented like his scale with
Mhm.
like there's been big characters before on screen, Godzilla,
Right.
uh, Pacific Rim, like giant robots and monsters, but I don't know what it was about Galactus that just sent the fear of God. Like there was something about the way they presented him that made him very scary.
Yeah, he was menacing because even in that scene, it's like you have these tiny little heroes, like they're either not gonna get out or have to get some crazy way to get out. Like you gotta
Yeah,
chill out
like
here. Like you don't do
thread the
nothing.
needle.
And then they do get away from that, which Johnny causes a little thing. They get away from all of them. Going into it, you already knew though, like oh they're pregnant. It's gonna be the strongest kid ever. Like
Uh huh.
you knew that already.
No, I knew she was pregnant, but I didn't know that they were gonna incorporate that the her child so much into the plot. So
Mm.
whenever they first enter Galactus's ship and that little scanning beam just zeroes in on her
Oh
stomach,
yeah.
you know me, I'm a dad. I was like, holy shit!
Oh
Like, why is he
no.
doing that? Or like, move. I'm like, is that a laser?
Yeah.
Are they locking on right now? Like, I was very like concerned for her in that moment, and I didn't know that they were gonna incorporate her pregnancy so much into like the actual plot of the film.
Dude. Okay, so I think I knew that going into it, right? Because I had watched recaps,
Really?
right? Yeah.
Uh huh.
And I'm kind of glad a little bit I knew that because it did help with watching it because in all the reviews and stuff they said Franklin is the strongest Marvel character ever. Is kind of what they say, like that he's able to create
Really?
dimensions, he's able to destroy people at will. Like they have so many
He's like
iterations.
reality warping powers,
Yeah, it's
right, or
like
something like that.
crazy, crazy powers. And so I was kind
Hmm.
of glad watching that because the whole time when she was pregnant, I'm like, oh, they're pregnant with the strongest baby ever. But I didn't know it was gonna go to okay, they're pregnant with the strongest baby ever, and Galactus wants that baby. I'm like, oh damn, that's crazy. So it made those stakes
Yeah.
when watching it like, holy shit, that's the strongest baby ever. Like Galactus wants it. What are they gonna do?
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and I think one of my favorite scenes was the next scene when they all show up like defeated and everyone's like, please tell me you stopped them. Like,
Oh
like,
yeah.
how,
And they're like, "What plan do you have?" And he's like, "I got nothing."
they were like, oh, how'd you stop Galactus? And then he's like, we didn't. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh, dude, like, imagine being the only heroes that could even have a chance to save the whole world. And you show up
Yeah.
and you just have to disappoint the world. And then, and then you tell them it's and then I don't know who said it, but I think it was Reed's character who was like, "Yeah, they wanted the baby," and then it's like, bro, now the whole world hates that baby.
Yeah.
Like, I just
I
wonder what's
think they did
happening.
a really good job setting that up, because they obviously show how they're like the world's number one heroes and the only
Yes.
heroes pretty much, and
Mhm.
they're not just the number one heroes, but they're like completely successful. The Thing is walking down the street and impressing the kids.
Yeah.
People are like, "What's up, man?" Like they have like a huge connection to the world, and they're universally loved. So whenever they deliver those news, there's so much weight behind it by the time they get to that point in the film. And I agree with you. I felt that like a
Yeah.
lot, like the
Yeah.
the weight of everything, because it seemed like this was like their first failure almost. Like they
Yeah.
always come out on top, and you're watching the first time that they're really struggling. Like I'm sure they struggled before, but it seemed like this was just on a whole nother level to them and the planet. So you like, I felt like that fear that they were trying to convey was uh was very impactful. Like I felt the tension with Galactus
Mhm.
and the whole plot of like the doom that was that was coming to them.
I really liked also seeing Reed Richards. Like he was struggling the whole movie just trying to come up with stuff, plan after plan.
Yeah.
Even though this plan failed, he has the backup plan. Like he had so many things. Like and he was just trying his best. And then they were like, "What's your plan?" He's like, "I don't have one." I was like,
Yeah.
"Damn, bro." Like I wonder what he feels like because he is that guy that's supposed to solve everything, and he's faced with a problem that's literally out of this world.
Yeah. And then even when he solves it, like I actually had some sympathy for him when he started to express how he's like, yeah, I actually have to think, or like, I have to think the worst thoughts ever because
Yeah.
I'm smart. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna hate me for it, but I think of every possibility ever because that's who I am, not because I want to like, not because I ignore, empathy for my own child or anything like that. But he seemed like I liked I feel like they always, or there's a lot of storylines that try to show like the burden of responsibility for someone who's either smart or
Yep.
or very powerful. And I
Man of Steel.
okay, and I felt like they really were able to portray it well with Reed Richards, where I was able to sympathize with them. Where I'm like, dang, like you're a man who always has the answers,
Mm-hmm.
and you also don't have the answer. And then even when you do find the answer, it's not a pretty one. And it's like, what else do they want from you? You're the only one who can solve this. So,
That's real
burden of
life. That yeah,
responsibility.
I guess that it's like a real life thing. Like you said, burden of responsibility. Like when you're in charge, you
Yeah.
have to make those decisions. And
Yeah.
something I also want to bring up with that same decision. Who played Invisible Woman? What's her name?
Vanessa Kirby.
Dude, she went off. Like I really liked her after this because her Sue
Yeah.
performance when she was like angry and she's like no or like and she like disappears. Like I thought that
Yeah.
scene was so badass. I was like, who is she? Like I've never seen this girl before, and I was like, she actually did really good. Like I
Yeah.
she had
She was a
range.
fantastic performance in this. She really did. I agree with you.
Yeah, she had her political, soft mom, teammate, a sister, and then she had her anger. Like, I really liked her
Yeah.
character. Like, I feel like they did a
Yeah.
good job fleshing out most of the main cast. Like, they weren't too one dimensional. Maybe the thing, a little one dimensional, but they tried to give him cooking and stuff, and kind
Yeah.
kind of a love life.
He did have a very clear personality though. Like I also agree with you that all the characters felt like they felt like real people who
Yep.
exist and a real family that like talks to each other. I like that they toned down most of the cheesy banter. Like
Yeah, I
I
like
think
that
I
too.
heard someone point out how they let the banter of someone be trying to be or not trying to be comedic but being comedic because of who they are. Like I prefer when a movie finds jokes in their type of personality versus trying to make anybody be a comedian. So like in all the Batman stuff we've been watching, you've always pointed out how he's actually funny in a sarcastic way.
Hmm.
But he's not telling jokes. He's being funny based off of his personality. Like
Yeah.
he's sarcastically intelligent and like talking down on others, especially with the way he is with Superman, and that's what I felt in this movie where people were comedic in the way that their characters are, and not just trying to force them to tell jokes that are out of character, which I really liked or appreciated from this movie.
Yeah, it wasn't like super cheesy Marvel comedy that they always
Yeah.
try to do. Like it was natural. Like all the funny lines usually either came from like Johnny saying something like out of pocket
Uh
or
huh.
like a banter back from the thing and them. Like it wasn't like
Yeah. Yeah.
forced joke here, forced joke there. Like it felt natural. And it felt then that's maybe what helped it a little bit.
He's behind me, isn't he? When Galactus shows up, if they made someone say like shit like that. I mean, I really don't know if they've even ever said that. That's just a cliche. But
Behind
I
me, isn't
mean,
he?
eh, yeah, like that's an example of shit that like I feel like they would have pulled off a couple years ago. But this movie felt very uh like they had integrity. Like they really kept true to like their characters and the plot. Like the world design, bro. What did you think of the world
Oh.
design?
Dude, it was like what 60s, 70 vibes, like that old
Yeah.
era. Like it did remind me of what's that show where they have flying cars? Meet the Jetstones,
Oh,
or
the Flintstones?
no, not the
No,
Flintstones.
the
The
Jetsons.
Jet, yeah, the Jetson. Give me that vibe of like with the flying
Yeah.
cars and stuff like that. So it was cool. Like I really like when they do stuff like this. Like it's not your typical 2020 Marvel movie. Everything's the
Uh
same.
huh.
Like it looks like it's in the same universe. Like this feels like a whole different universe, which it was, and that's why I think I really liked it because it felt fresh, felt like brand new, and it
Bro, yeah, like
immersive.
that was such a smart choice to like make this a different universe instead of thinking how do we fit the Fantastic Four within the Avengers at the same time? Because then you'd have to like work out so many things. It was a very smart decision to make this their own little world because it was also super immersive,
Yeah.
beautiful like set designs and costumes. The whole vibe was great.
Dude, yeah, the costumes are very clean, like aesthetically
Yeah.
pleasing, and coming off of Superman, like this was like, you know, next in line compared to Superman, and I think it
Uh
felt
huh.
it felt I had just as good of a time. I probably had a better time leaving Superman, but I still left this movie like, nice, that was a good movie, like that was
Yeah,
fun, like
like they felt like they were really able to bring out the like individual tone of like those comic book characters. Like it
yeah,
seems like they really both of those movies stay true to like this world, you know? Like I can't even compare the two movies cuz I think somebody else told me like they liked it more than Superman. I'm like,
oh,
Is this a better movie than Superman? But at the same time, I'm like, they're just so vastly different. Like I
right,
look at Superman for being in the Superman world, like Lex Luthor and the robots, and like even though they both have like futuristic technology, it just comes from a complete different like vibe and tone where and aesthetic. But I feel like they both just fleshed out what people imagine for these characters like super well. So I'm
mm-hmm.
like, dang, actually both of these movies like basically if you're a fan of either of these characters, you're getting exactly
You had a good
what you
time.
want.
Eh,
Yeah, in my opinion.
That's the same thing where, dude, they're kind of going back to a little bit more comic booky vibe.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I know Thunderbolts was still set in that other one, but even with that one, like even just doing that, like they haven't done something like Marvel at least hasn't done something like that in a while. And James Gunn coming off of Superman, it feeling comic book vibe, like I don't know, it just feels more immersive when it gives that aesthetic because you're like, oh, this feels like cartoonish, over the top, versus trying to be
Yeah.
realistic, and then it's like
Yeah.
okay, like you're trying to be in the same world that I'm in right now, and some of the stuff doesn't correlate the same way.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. It was a great change of pace. Bro, did your movie
Uh huh.
start like this? So we had a commercial for Avatar, right?
Yeah. After the
And then
lights
it
turn
goes
dark.
yeah, and then it goes Marvel, and then the movie starts. I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh yeah.
No intro, no lead up. It was just like Marvel Studios, and then
Yeah.
it started. I'm like, what?
No comic book
I was so
opening or
confused.
something.
Yeah,
Yeah. My
yeah, no warning or anything.
That's so funny because we were trying to get to the movie early to watch the Avatar trailer because we knew it was gonna show. So we were trying.
Really,
Yeah.
you like Avatar like that?
Well, my cousin like he likes it, so he told me about it. So I was like, okay, let's try to get there early and we'll watch it. And so we got there and we're like, damn, like the lights turned off. I was like, did we miss the Avatar? Like, I was like, whatever.
Uh huh.
And then it's like starts. No, it literally, it goes black, and something happened literally before it shows anything. My cousin goes, it's Avatar, and I'm like, what? And it goes to the
Uh,
Avatar trailer. I was like, oh shit. So I was,
that trailer was sick as fuck though. Like in Dolby, like when there was
mm,
fire, it was
the
like the
dog.
water and fire were like going around me. I was like very immersed. But
Yeah.
anyways, I just wanted to say that that trailer was
That trailer
crazy.
was badass, especially in Dolby, bro. Surround sound,
Yeah,
fire is like.
yeah,
So I was hyped when we saw that. We're like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And then exactly how you said it ends, boom, starts. I was like, no Marvel comic book intro. What's the?
yeah. No, nothing.
I was
They're
like,
like, was there no other studio that helped you out? Like no other shout out to them?
yeah, yeah. But then that's funny that
But
we
yeah,
both
so
got the Avatar trailer at the same time.
yeah, I think the reason I kept wanting to see the Demon Slayer trailer, and I think the reason I
Oh.
keep not seeing it is because it's not gonna be in Dolby, so
Oh.
they don't show Dolby or trailers unless it'll be in Dolby. So I think that's why Abraham Kept seeing it. Oh, shout out to a new listener. You
Oh,
want to shout out to our new listener?
shout out our new listener,
Yeah, we got a new listener, a longtime friend, Jay Fia.
Jay
He wanted to shout out on
Fia.
the pod.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
he
Shout out Jay
he
Fia.
he talked to me a little bit about this movie, and
Ah.
he sided with me. He was like, "Nah, I like Superman better." I'm like, "Good." I haven't even seen the movie at the time, but I was like, "Yeah, it's better."
I mean, dude, Superman compared to this, I mean, I can't even compare it. It's like I was
Yeah, it's really two different
I was
movies.
stupid excited for Superman. I was like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm watching Fantastic Four this weekend. Like it was a different vibe going into these movies. Like I can't compare the hypeness for Superman compared. Like I didn't even get a Fantastic Four shirt. Like that's how you know the movie isn't
Right?
like
Yeah, I completely agree. That's just it was a different like I was basically like, babe, I have to watch this movie for the pod. Like I wasn't like I have to go see Fantastic Four. You know, it was
Nice.
worth it, but I wasn't like
Yeah.
planning or like crazy looking
Dude,
forward to it. But
I'll watch Superman a third time. I'm okay with watching this movie maybe one more time later. Not right away though.
yeah,
So,
yeah, exactly. I mean, I've been dying to see it, but you know, I got a podcast to record, so
do you,
gotta watch Fantastic Four.
do you have any gripes with the movie? 'Cause you said you had
I
one.
do.
Yeah. Well, I have a
So
few, but I want to hear what yours are. 'Cause you never have
it's not
gripes.
it's not necessarily something that I think would even make the film better because I'm
Okay.
not interjecting this as in like uh, a critique on the story. I was more disappointed
Mm,
because I like seeing them utilize their powers. Like that's one of the most fun things about the Fantastic Four is the
yeah.
variety of powers. And um I know a lot of people like to highlight that what makes Mr. Fantastic fantastic is his intellect,
Yeah.
but I think coming from One Piece, where the main character, I love One Piece. The main character is a stretchy guy who's low key kind of stupid. Like he's smart. Like if he has this like very simple minded that makes him a little bit more intelligent than most people, but he uses his powers in such creative ways that when I went to see this, by the end of the movie, I'm like, literally the only thing he did was like kind of bounce up
Go,
to
yeah,
Galactus
go
and
up
put
a
a little spear
building.
in him. Yeah, go up a building. I'm like, he did nothing with his powers. And then even the thing, all he did was chuck a couple cars and then hit him in the head. And then Johnny Storm had a couple flying scenes,
Yeah.
where but in the beginning it wasn't a part of the plot. It was just showing him suck up the fire. And then you got to see a little bit of Invisible Woman doing some cool stuff where she like makes her belly invisible. But I
Yeah.
thought like this movie was very like character and plot driven,
Yeah, that's
which
true.
is it's always a good thing. But I did walk out of the theater thinking like I kind of wish I watched them like duke it out a little bit or use their powers.
Yeah.
Like I felt very disappointed in the action, which isn't saying it doesn't make the film less of a film for me, but I was disappointed in that aspect.
Yeah, they didn't show much. Like they just showed a lot of Johnny flying scenes. Like
Uh
that's probably
huh.
the number one thing we saw. And even that, bro, I don't know about you. The CGI on Johnny flying was not it for me. Like
Yeah, it looked very iffy
weird.
in some
He was
scenes.
like he was just orange and then he had flames around him. Like that's all he
Yeah, like
was.
you could tell he's just there, and then they like put the flames on top of
Yes.
whatever they recorded of him.
Yes. Like
That's very
and
true.
they showed him a lot. So like it was hard to not see it because it would just show him standing there looking flame on and
Yeah,
I was like, okay, but Invisible Woman, they did use a lot of her powers and I thought they made her
yeah,
really strong with like force pushing Galactus or turning the whole ship invisible.
mom power, bro.
No, true, true,
They literally took
true.
the mom lifting a car to save her baby, like as like the main plot
To a
point. Like
new
she's gonna lift
level, bro.
Galactus.
Yes,
Yeah,
dude.
to a new
I'm
level.
gonna fight
But
the demon universal for my child, dude. Literally.
yeah, she was very badass. But I think one thing that also threw me off with Johnny Storm is usually when he's in his fire mode, his eyes are like glowing like yellow
Yellow.
with like because he's on fire.
Yeah.
And in this one, I cannot stand how stubborn directors are when it comes to like Batman and other characters. They go, no, the eyes, they show the emotion. You can't connect with the character unless you see their eyes. I'm like, fuck that. Like, it looks so lame seeing their eyeballs in all of these interpretations. Like, that's why I think Deadpool's costume looks so badass with the white eyes. And same thing, uh, I think if they did that with Batman, it would look cool. And I felt like that's maybe what they were going for with Johnny Storm. They're like, well, you need to see his emotion through his eyeballs and don't have them glow. So like they sacrificed his kind of flat fire look for emotion. But I'm like, it just doesn't look as good as like a 20-year-old movie like the original Fantastic Four.
I thought they made the eyes yellow in this movie.
I could have swore there were times where he was like he just looks like he's on fire, but
Mm.
his face looks normal. Like they may be yellow, but like usually his eyeballs are like you don't see pupils. Like they're just all yellow. And I
Yeah.
think you see his pupils and it just looks like he's all on fire, but I don't know. I do think his flames looked a little iffy in some scenes.
Though, yeah, the CGI for sure looked rough. I feel like they've done so many fire
Yeah.
characters, they could have had it way better. But the
Yeah.
the one thing my sister said about Johnny's eyes is the actor who plays him, he has brown eyes, and in every scene she could just see his contacts on of like bright blue eyes.
Oh,
And
really? Like
yeah,
it was very obvious
yeah,
through
she was like, and
contacts.
them big blue eyes. I was like, yeah, I guess they were kind of standing out. I didn't know his eyes were a different color, but
Uh-huh.
they did throw me off in some scenes.
I don't know why, but I never notice when someone's wearing contacts. Like
Really?
I remember one time in high school, this girl came to school and her and I were good friends and she was wearing green contacts that day.
Mm.
And I literally never noticed. I like she looked completely normal to me and then
Yeah.
halfway through the day somebody pointed it out. I was like, "What? Really?"
Dude, you're not looking into my eyes? What the fuck, bro? Like, that's literally the
Yeah,
only
I was
way.
not
That's the only way you'll notice someone's like, especially if they had like brown eyes. Green's not like super bright.
true. I
Unless,
mean, I don't know. I'm
anyways,
colorblind too, so yeah.
you probably didn't know at that point either.
Yeah. Even after they pointed it out, I was like, sure. Yeah, I guess they're green.
Final fight scene. So, like, towards the end of the movie, this is where I started to get confused because they have the Silver Surfer scene when Johnny encrypts it and he just figures it out. Like, I mean, just figures it. As he's talking to them, like, yo, I figured it out. What's her name? Attacks, right? As she attacks, he goes, chases her. They're running through the street. I don't even know what's going on. They're running, 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 chasing, chasing. And then it's like, hey, I understand you. I know your language. Like, I know who you are. Like, I I know I know this history, whatever. And then she's like, oh wow, you care or something, like a weird love. I don't know if they were trying to be in love. I don't know. And and then he just like turns on her in Times Square and like starts traumatizing her and she starts freaking out. And I was like, wait, what's happening? I thought they loved each other. And I was like, how did he even set this whole thing up? He literally just solved it. I was like, okay, whatever, whatever. But I was like more confused because I was like, are they not in love? Why did he just sabotage? And then she goes ballistics. And I'm like, okay, I guess they did the trope of like the one bad guy turns good basically with, talk nice to me jutsu type of thing.
Oh, the talk no
And
jutsu, yeah.
and that's what happened at the end. She switches sides because of that scene. And
Yeah.
I was like, is that really what it is? Like she sacrificed her. I was like, okay, that part kind of I was like, I don't know. I don't know
You weren't
if that
convinced?
hooked me. Yeah, I wasn't like, yeah, like they would do that. I was like,
Oh.
that kind of came out of nowhere of that character. And so I was kind of confused at the end when she sacrificed herself. I was like, "What? What's going on?" But I don't know if you felt that way or you were just like, "Oh, okay."
No, I felt like they set it up to where it's because in the other movie too, they always set it up to where that, like the Silver Surfer is never like on Galactus's side because they actually like Galactus. It's more like, oh, you like in her backstory, she said in order to spare
Yeah.
her planet and all and everyone, she decided to, basically become his little pawn or whatever. And
Yeah.
so she feels, and so after destroying like 5 planets and everything, she feels this immense guilt. And then that's what kind of Johnny Storm was able to bring to the surface because she was like burying her guilt. And then when he started to confront her about it, then she couldn't like, keep it in the back of her conscious anymore. And then that's why she kind of started getting this PTSD and started screaming. And she went up and to
Mm.
try and escape it. And then when he meets her up there to like hey, I know like now that we've gotten that out the way, like can we talk or like have a one-on-one because you can't hide that trauma anymore. Like I know about it and I know what you're like sacrificing for us. And then yeah, so it's kind of like planting the seed for her to turn on Galactus because I think the same thing happened in the older Fantastic Four movie too as well, where it's like he doesn't
Switch
want to consume
sides.
planets. It's just like he has to do it because Galactus is low-key making him, and it's usually like a noble sacrifice to, or kind of like a selfish sacrifice, really, to go kill other planets so that he can spare his own or her own.
Okay, I guess if they've done it in other ones, maybe it was like, oh, I knew that was coming.
Uh huh.
But but yeah, I thought she was like just like a stoic warrior doing her job, and yeah,
Okay.
I do remember some of the scenes like how they showed her kid,
Yeah.
and then yeah, I forgot they did talk after. He was like, help me, and she's like, it's too late, like whatever,
Yeah.
and she just dips. Okay, I guess that makes that scene a little clearer, but still, Johnny just solved that riddle. In no way he had time to synchronize all those
Well,
screens.
no, he was just he was just airplaying it from his watch. He was just
Oh,
airplaying
he
it.
had cast. He
Yeah,
had
I
the
remember he
cast.
was like hitting
Okay.
buttons on his watch, and then it started to appear on the TVs everywhere. Yeah, he had cast, and then it
Mm,
said enter
okay.
code 6302. Oh, fuck, it's got a pair
Dude
device.
was paying attention, dude. I missed that part. Damn
So yeah,
it.
I don't think it was like a complete perfect movie, but it was really good. I liked it.
Yeah.
But I think it was a huge letdown for me for the action. I think they like there was good action scenes, like when they're being chased by the Silver Surfer and they have to and Johnny Storm
Oh
has to like
yeah.
warp the laser and like those are very well constructed and done. But again, they're like in the ship. I'm like, bro, you guys have such cool powers and you're out here shooting lasers like it's Star Wars.
Shooting
Like,
gun.
yeah, I want you to like use your powers more.
Yeah.
I always saw the thing like in the animated series. There's like an episode where the Thing and the Hulk actually have like a one-on-one fight, and they're usually shown like the Hulk is stronger, but the Thing is
Yeah.
shown usually to be someone who could like you know throw hands with the Hulk. Like he's not a pushover. So
Yeah.
that's what I was just wanting more of, but it's more like he tosses a couple trucks and then runs through a couple pillars, and I don't know. That was very disappointing on my end.
Yeah, that is true. Like that scene was cool because they were still like she was surfing on like cosmic wave. I was like,
Yeah, like
that's
some
badass.
light speed, like how Star Wars goes light speed, or like they beam through like really fast across galaxies. She was basically in that, like while, yeah, and
Yeah.
then going around the black
That
hole.
that's probably what they had. They had to go to space to nerf the characters because they couldn't really use their powers in space. Like
Yeah,
they still have to, so they had to nerf them and be like, all right, let's put them in space so they. Dude, speaking of going to space though, I really liked how in the beginning they're just like, yeah, let's go talk to Galactus, see if we can change their mind. Like,
yeah.
they're not like, all right, let's prepare to nuke them or prepare to throw hands. It's just like let's just go talk. Let's
Let's go
see
see
like
what's
what's
up.
going on. Yeah, exactly. And they just like talk and like, damn. And even Silver Surfer like, I'll go talk to her, and like they just
Yeah,
keep talking to people, and I'm like, see, they're smart. They're like, I don't know who these people are. They could be so powerful. Let's just like be chill about it. Let's not just throw
yeah.
hands and fucking die. Like that's what
It
I really
also
liked.
it also made Galactus way more badass because he's not a giant cloud who can't think and he's just like consuming planets as a cloud. He's a person who's like, I have this hunger, and he seemed like
Hmm.
I don't even hate y'all guys. I'd legit just have
Yeah.
a crazy hunger that I cannot like solve, and I'm going to do whatever it takes, and like that's all he's driven by, And he seems like very intelligent as well. Like before he stops in the portal, he's like clever,
Clever
clever ants.
bugs or
Yeah, or
clever
yeah,
ants.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot what
Ants.
he
Yeah.
said, but he was like clever bugs or something like that. But that was
Yeah,
cool.
that scene was bad. It reminds me of Magneto. He calls everyone,
Yeah,
what do you
yeah, he
call it,
had that
monkeys or
that
something.
aura of like he's above everyone. He's
Yeah.
intelligent.
Yeah.
His
You're beneath me.
motives aren't exactly evil, but it is gonna kill people and all that.
That gives a villain like that aura because it's like, dude, like I'm him at the end of the day, and I'm gonna do what I need to do. But it's not like just a brute, like you said. Like he was
Yeah,
smart. I really like. I was like, is he just gonna walk into that? And then he noticed. I'm like, damn. And he scans. He finds the baby. He's like, and just
yeah.
immediately beelines it. I feel like they showed his scale to be pretty cool too. Like I really liked how massive he felt because he did feel maybe a little inconsistent in some scenes. Where some scenes he looked super massive, and some scenes I was like, what he was he that big?
Yeah,
I'm
like
like,
he
I
was
don't like.
just a Godzilla like level
Yeah,
almost.
yeah, and then in some it looked like he was just so massive.
Yeah,
Um, but whatever. He still looked massive. And
yeah,
something I showed you that picture of IMAX versus Dolby though. Like I didn't
yeah.
know that much of the screen was cut off. Like there's
Mm.
so much screen on there.
Well,
You
I
saw the
also think it's
picture.
the way they took the picture. So like there is that much like way more image on the top and bottom, but also like you can tell the way they took the photo was like, from the way back, and they angled it to where they tried to make it like you're looking up. So anytime you're looking up at something, it makes it look way bigger. And then the photo on the left is very square, flat, straight, looking at the like it's a very flat photo, so there's no scale or anything.
But you can still see how much is cut off. Like there's a
Yeah,
whole nother building in frame, and then Galactus' head is cut off on the Dolby, but in the
yeah,
IMAX it's the whole head and then still a lot of room on top of her head. Like
yeah.
they still and even that same scene right there, like you could see more buildings in the background. Like I just didn't know it was that different. Like I've always heard IMAX was whatever, but I thought it was like if a movie specifically made for IMAX. It's like nah, all movies are made with that extra film included. They just cut it off for most of the theater releases, right?
Yeah, but not even all IMAX showings have the extra screen.
Oh, okay, not all of them.
Yeah, unless it says like filmed for IMAX. And even after it's filmed for IMAX, some movies only film like specific sequences in the movie in IMAX. So like in Interstellar, the
Uh,
movie is like has the black bars until they land on the water planet, and then it goes into IMAX ratio. And then when they leave the water planet, it goes back to the black bars. So sometimes
mm,
it seems like that. I'm like, I don't know. I'm not sacrificing the overall image, sound. They have their seats aren't as good. Like they have regular stadium seats instead of the plush
yeah.
leather recliners. I'm like, I don't know. If you only have a couple scenes like that, I don't know. Like I
Not
don't know if
worth.
it's worth it. Yeah.
Shout out AMC StubHub members.
Subhouse.
If
Yeah.
if you guys go watch movies, make sure to get yourself an AMC StubHub pass. Not
Sponsor us.
sponsored, but
Please, please, please sponsor us.
yeah, not sponsored, but will be sponsored soon.
Yeah. We're in talks. We're in
Thank
talks.
we're ahead of our contract basically that
Yeah.
will start in the future.
Yeah.
Ratings, bro.
Let's go. Let's do it.
How many times are you stretching for this movie? I don't,
Out of 4. This is a scale of 1 to 4 for Fantastic Four.
ooh, that's good. From 1 to 4, how many Fantastics are you giving it? 1 through 4, bro.
I'll give it 3 Fantastics out of 4.
3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like this movie a lot. It's just I had a slight underwhelming impression after the action sequences. Like I was expecting
Mm,
more. Like both Valerie and I were very satisfied with the story. It was very moving. Vanessa Kirby killed it as Invisible Woman, in my opinion.
she did.
Yeah,
She
and
ate.
and the tension was incredible. Galactus was great, but at the end I was like, like I don't know, just very underwhelmed with the action and the way the Fantastic Four used their powers, and because Reed Richards, he's the smartest person like in that world, you would think he
Yeah.
would have super creative ways to like use his powers with the other members as well, but he literally just bounced up and stabbed him with a little pick in the back. And
Yeah, I mean, there's only so many limited things a stretchy man can do against freaking Galactus.
well, if he's,
Like,
I mean,
he,
I feel like there's a lot of things
he
that Stretchy Man can
he's gonna
do.
trip them. He's gonna do a little
Yeah, bro, he
tripwire
could have done
action.
anything like that. Like do a clotheslines, trip him. He could like use the thing where he turns himself into a blanket and the thing is launched straight at him. He could use, I don't know, combine with his wife where she puts force field around. Like anything. Like I just felt like there was no creativity whatsoever when it came to their powers. Okay, what about you? How many Fantastics are you giving this movie?
I'll give this one like 3.2 fantastics out of
3.2.
fours.
Nice, nice.
Yeah,
You want to do a scale out of 10 just for the new
just
listeners,
for the
you know?
audience back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
we
for a
usually don't do
reference
out of
to all the other
4.
ones. Yeah.
That was like for the memes, but
Yeah, that
out
was
of
for the memes.
10, honestly, bro, like I'm gonna give it 8.6.
8.6.
Like,
Nice.
I'm excited for what's gonna come next because I think they have some cool stuff going on,
Uh-huh.
and I like that they're doing more comic book stuff again. And Marvel has been having dips recently, but this movie, Deadpool, some of those like more newer ones, the vibe that they've been giving off has been feeling like very fresh, and I think it's pretty cool. Something we didn't really talk about was how this is gonna lead into the next movie, but that's probably what kind of has me a little bit, hesitant because I don't know how everything's gonna come together after this movie and then the next movie have to put all the other movie franchises together because
Yeah.
they they kind of haven't been linking them like they have with Thanos and that series. So I'm really curious how they're gonna link all these movies: Captain America, Thunderbolts, Fantastic Four. They're supposed to bring back a bunch of the OG actors as well for Doomsday. So I'm just like, what's gonna happen? And so that's probably why I give it that high of a rating, just because I wasn't expecting anything going in. I was like, I'm watching Fantastic Four. They're kind of new characters for me. Um, so I mean, it was just solid. Like I'd recommend it. Like if someone was
Yeah.
like, "What movie
Yeah.
should I watch?" I'd be like, "You go watch Fantastic Four. It's a good one."
Yeah. I'm glad they at least make you optimistic for what's next. Like
Yeah,
I think we could both say that we'd want to see this team again in another
yeah,
movie.
for sure. Yeah, I think they felt like family. Like they
Yeah.
did a good relationship with the characters.
Yeah, great job establishing that. So that is our episode for the Fantastic Four first steps.
Fantastic
Oh,
Four.
mine is a 7 out of
Yes.
10. I don't know if I said that.
7?
The,
Oh,
yeah,
7? No, you didn't
a
say that.
solid 7 out of 10.
Nice.
You know, good movie.
Solid.
Good movie.
That's average, guys. Maybe a little above. 5 is average. 5's in the
Okay.
middle.
Well, thank you guys for
Um,
listening. We really appreciate it. Do you have a movie? You told me you had a movie you want to
yes.
recommend next.
I have a movie that I'm actually super excited for. Super.
I hope I get to say I've seen it and then
It's
I just crush all enthusiasm for you.
never in your life have you seen this movie.
Okay, go ahead.
So recently I told you I went on a trip to Virginia,
Okay.
and something I did in Virginia was go golfing. And I've been watching a lot of golf recently, just tuning into some of the championships, the live tours, some YouTube golf channels. So
Okay.
I've been a little bit immersed in the golf realm recently. So when I heard this movie just came out, I was so hyped. It has one of my childhood favorite actors.
No way. The second Happy
And
Gilmore's out
so,
already?
yes, so next week
What?
we will be reviewing Happy Gilmore 2 starring Adam Sandler, the GOAT.
Let's go. Okay, that's great pick, bro. Great pick.
Nice.
Literally on the
Thanks.
way to Fantastic Four, I told Valerie because she likes Adam
Uh-huh.
Sandler, and I was like, "Hey, you know, there's a second Happy Gilmore," and she's like seen all his
Mm-hmm.
movies, and she's like, "What's Happy
Nice.
Gilmore?"
Oh,
I don't know. I was like, "No way!" And then she's like, "I've
really?
never seen that one." I'm like, "Let's watch it." So I'm gonna watch the first one
Nice.
and the second one. Like we were planning to watch it like this week. So very very
Perfect.
good pick.
Let's go. I was gonna watch rewatch the first one too, so I'm glad you said you're gonna rewatch it because
Hell yeah.
it's childhood movie. Adam Sandler, like we watched
Yep.
him. He was, one of the main ones I was watching. So when he came out with this one, I was like, hell yes, it's on Netflix. So
It looks
if anyone
good
wants,
too, bro. Like the way it's shot, it looks all like clean and like
yeah,
updated.
yeah, Adam Sandler got that what 12 or 8 movie deal with Netflix.
Yeah,
So I
he put
think,
some money into this one. You can tell he holds Happy Gilmore like that movie.
hmm high
Uh,
standard. Like
yeah, high
I
standards.
I heard there's a lot of cameos. I heard the story's good. So I haven't seen any other clips online. I haven't heard anything. So I'm kind of going into this one blind. So I'm actually really hyped for next week's episode.
Nice. Well, so that
Oh,
is our Fantastic
wait.
Four. Whoa, what?
You know how we had an official intro? Like we should
Oh
also
yeah.
work on official outro.
Okay. You want to work on it? Do you have one in
Okay.
your head?
Well, it seemed like you were going with one. Let's hear what you got.
Okay. Thank you guys for listening to our episode where we reviewed Fantastic Four. Fuck, bro. I keep messing up the Fantastic Four title. You go. I already did the intro. You do the outro.
All right, everyone. Thank you guys for listening to this week's episode on the Fantastic Four First Steps. If you guys haven't seen it, definitely go check it out and give it a re listen. And if you guys want to be ready for next week's episode, go watch Happy Gilmore 2. And next week's episode will be out Wednesday, August 6th. So mark your calendars, guys, for next week's episode. And until then, it's been your boys from First Time Pictures. Peace.
Peace.
That was okay. We could workshop it.